All right, it says we are live. So, good evening, ladies and germs, and welcome to this week's episode of This Week Unloaded. Tonight we have with us Mystic Guns, aka Stacy. How are you tonight, ma'am?
Oh, I'm doing good. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad. Getting over that stomach flu that my son brought home, or somebody brought home anyway. I don't know who. But other than that, yep, not doing too bad right now.
Keep it.
Next,
You can keep
oh,
all the illnesses over there.
what will be the fun in that?
I don't want to get sick.
hmm Yeah, you do. You just don't admit it. Next, we have the kingpin himself, David Bowling. How are you, sir?
I already coughed on all the chairs in here anyway, so
Well, that was awful nice of you.
yeah, I figured try to be nice.
You got to
Yeah,
share,
it
right?
is.
I was
Well,
always taught to share. Yeah,
Yeah, sharing is caring. Isn't that what we were always told when we were younger?
that's right.
oh, so you're all into sharing. So you can send me the Kimber and share it with me.
I don't know.
Sure, no problem. I'll send you my Kimber. I told you that 100 times already.
See,
All you gotta do is just let me know what your FFL is.
kingpin, you done messed up, man. I was going to say, but I don't have a Kimber, and then you would have been off the hook.
Yeah, but I put a video out and she watched it. The one video of mine that she
Yeah, but
watched.
she didn't specify who had to send her a Kimber.
Hey, he can totally send it. I will actually send it back, but I'm gonna have it Sarah coded before he goes back.
I seem to have lost your address.
All right, and then next we have G23. How are you tonight?
Doing good, doing good. That's all right, Kingpin. I licked the chairs before you could actually cough on them, so we can share the germs.
Teamwork.
Jeez. Where's Seven Wonders when you need them? We'd have a chair liquor and a coin liquor.
I think we should kick them two out and we'll just have the conversation with me and you. Much safer.
Maybe, I don't know. So, uh, anybody have a topic they want to talk about? Because I got nothing. And we ain't talking about what everybody else is talking about because everybody else is talking about it and it's just been overdone.
Hey, Stacy, if he kicks us out, there goes like all the entertainment value.
True. Very good point. Old man politicians squawking at each other on CNN.
Yep, they are.
And is it on any other channel? Is Fox
No,
playing
it's
it?
just on CNN. It's a CNN hosted debate.
Yes, I won't watch CNN. I'll wait until the internet clips come out.
Well, not only is it the weekend and spring break, and we have the kids, so pretty much my TV stays on Xbox 24/7. So I don't watch any TV during this week.
Well, our oldest daughter went and bought her own PlayStation 4, so she plays that up in her bedroom. And our son's at work, so. And my wife just put Star Trek on. And Burning by
So, Rich, what'd you do for your birthday?
nothing.
He got a really nice Facebook post from me.
That's a matter of opinion.
It's two opinions because I agree with her.
Again, it's still a matter of opinion.
Hey, it's still the thought that counts, so you have to accept it no matter what.
No, you don't have to accept it.
You're supposed to be on our side, so just hush. If you're not gonna be on
Okay.
my side, don't say nothing at all.
Since Kingpin liked it so much, I'll re-gift it to him. No comment on that one, Kingpin?
Oh, I'll take it. I'm not going to lift a gift Ice Baby in the mouth.
I absolutely hate that song.
I asked Gizzard earlier if you were going to do a show because he was over on the Yankees channel, and he's like, I don't know. I haven't talked to him.
Yeah, I wasn't able to be on Gary's show earlier, so I didn't get a chance to talk to him today. Oh, thanks, Buck. He was out there wishing me happy birthday, so I said thank you. I'll be polite to him because he didn't send me some silly Ice Baby thing.
It was not silly.
Yes, it was.
It was cute.
No, it was silly. You were being silly.
Well, I just sent David a text message. Let's see if he can figure out what that means.
So, Rich, why do you use this instead of like StreamYard?
Well, as many links as I send out, I can get more people in here for one, which is the main reason. And this is more like the old Hangouts was too. I mean, it's not really that hard to use. Go ahead, Kingpin. What are you gonna say?
That's about the only time that I'll deal with Bohemian Rhapsody. Is the one point in time in the history that it's ever been worth watching was in Wayne's World.
Oh, come on, Bohemian Rhapsody is a great song. It's a little schizophrenic. I'll give you that.
Ice Baby's a great song too.
No, it's not. That is a travesty.
There's your opinion again.
I sent him a little meme thing or a GIF of them, for that part in Wayne's World when they're in the car.
Yeah, when they're in the Vega at the stoplight. Or
yeah.
That video came out right after Freddie Mercury died. I wonder if Kingpin would like the version of Bohemian Rhapsody that Elton John and Axl Rose did.
Probably better than one Freddie Mercury did.
Have you ever heard that one? The live version that Elton John and Axl Rose did from the Concert for Life?
No, I don't believe I have now.
You should look it up. That's actually pretty good. Right. Elton John does most of it, and then Axl Rose does the part where it gets like into the more hard rock, heavy metal-y part towards the end of it, and then it goes back. Then the two of them sing the rest after that like a duet. It was pretty good. Now, gun toting pacifist. I know I sent you a link unless you're busy. I don't know if you got if you're dealing with the kids or not, but I did send you a link. So
Did you see where, what was it, New Hampshire is trying to pass magazine restriction bills now?
I saw something where some constitutional carry state was getting ready to trying to had something proposed, but I didn't get a chance to read the article.
Yeah, I think I saw the Guns and Gadgets video one. I'm pretty sure it was New Hampshire. There were like 15 round mags for handguns and 10 round mags for long guns.
He says he has to go to bed at 9 on Sundays. All right. Yeah. One of these days, maybe you'll have off on a Sunday and you can hop in. Yeah, it's a shame because he'd be able to tell us probably because he says New Hampshire went blue in the midterm, so might be New Hampshire that did it. They're getting hit with that whatever happened in Virginia, I guess. All the Virginia coverage, nobody was paying attention to New Hampshire, I guess. He says the governor's going to veto all of it. Now, hopefully they don't have enough to overturn his veto if that's the case, or her veto. I don't know if they have a man or woman as governor up there. My kids go to Southern New Hampshire University, but they're doing their classes online. But the closest I got to New Hampshire. I'm not sure. I've been to Massachusetts. Somebody said junior RTC summer camp. Fort Devens, Massachusetts.
Do you see where Donald Trump Jr. challenged Hunter Biden to a debate?
Yeah, I saw that.
That would be epic. I'd watch CNN for that.
Yeah, that would be that would be interesting. That's for sure. Everybody, I don't know. How did I get this job? Why am I on this stage? Oh, because your daddy. Oh, okay. Leslie's got white powder under his nose.
There's no pregnant strippers in the audience, is there?
You never know. If he's around, there might be.
I was about to say, yeah, after the debate, there might be.
No. Look at gun toting passengers out there whining about having to be up at 5. My wife's got to be up at 4. Sometimes, like you just said, sometimes 3.
Monday through Wednesday, I wake up at 3:15 a.m. On Thursday, I wake up at 2:15.
Shouldn't you be in bed? No, not you.
You would think, but sleep is for the people that actually need it. I'll just run on like 3 hours of sleep.
Yeah, I say, shouldn't you be in bed? My wife's like, who, me? I'm like, no, not you.
Probably her too.
Nah, she's got to go get our son from work. What time? 9? 10. She's got to go pick him up at 10. I told her that he can walk. It's like 5 minutes. And she's like, no, they can't walk. It's dark out.
Well, a bunch of assholes out right now.
Not if they're closing the store at 9 o'clock.
She's just trying to avoid being on the show. That's all it is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my wife was saying that they closed the schools in West Virginia now, too, even though we don't have a single confirmed case in this state.
You might want to pull a Mike DeWine and start telling people you got like 10 million cases in West Virginia because sooner or later people are going to start mobbing to your state for the cure.
No, they're mobbing to our state from your state for all our supplies, man.
Yeah, I've seen that in a bunch of different areas.
Yeah, you go over to Walmart, have some, depending on time of day, it's all freaking Maryland, Virginia, even New York license plates for crying out loud.
The day they announced something else, it was New Hampshire, New Jersey. Once they busted down here at Martin, they're fighting more from New Jersey.
I mean, we always get some Maryland plates because we're right across the border, but the parking lot at this Walmart is never completely full, except maybe on like Black Friday. The parking lot was just over flooding with people, and most of the license plates were Maryland.
So,
Well, you know how the Gulf of Maryland are.
What were you gonna say, G23? You ready to say something?
so what do you guys think about the brothers that are sitting on 17,700 bottles of hand sanitizer and no way of selling them?
Are you talking about that guy that got banned from Amazon and eBay?
Yeah, him and his brother are sitting on 17,000 bottles of hand sanitizer, and they got banned from eBay and Amazon for price gouging.
Good.
Yeah, good.
Now need to go after the assholes that are selling toilet paper for insane prices. I don't know if the other day, I think it was yesterday or no, it was Friday. I think it was Friday. Anyway, I saw a 12-pack on eBay for over $100.
I would trade it for guns.
I'm willing to sell rolls of toilet paper for $750 a roll. No questions asked.
Yeah. Good night, gun-toting pacifist. Go get sleep. It got quiet. You know, other than the virus that shall not be named, it's been a slow week, hasn't it? There really isn't that much that's been going on. I think the big story is what's going on now over on CNN, as far as anything's concerned. And, of course, the idiot in Florida. You want to tell everybody what you were telling me before we went live, Kingpin, about the idiot in Florida?
Yeah. Just a small fraction of votes away from being the Florida governor, Andrew Gillum was caught in a hotel room. Now, Andrew Gillum, a little backstory, is supposed to be this, upright family man with a wife and 3 kids and steady. He's a Democrat, so it's all a lie. While he was running for governor, he was under investigation for corruption and fraud, but they swept that under the mat for him. Had a friend sign up for a hotel room because he was going to a wedding in Miami on a Thursday. So that's important who has a wedding on Thursday. And why would Andrew Gillum have somebody else get in the hotel room when his wife and kids aren't there? So there's a whole bunch of stuff going on. Well, they're in there partying in this hotel room, and they have to call the police because one of the 3 guys in there is overdosing on methamphetamine. So the police show up, the ambulance show up and start taking care of the guy. One of the guys is throwing up and naked on the bed, who happens to be a male prostitute porn star type of guy. And then Andrew Gillum is in the bathroom throwing up, fuck ass naked. And then they find a bunch of little clear empty bags around that they believe has meth in it. So the guy who was a small, small fraction of votes away from being your Florida governor just got nailed at a drunken meth party with a gay prostitute.
He may have gotten nailed in more ways than one.
Yeah. Think about what his wife has got to be thinking. Unless she is a total, fix like a Hillary Clinton, Bill Clinton marriage. If she cared about him in any way, think about that. How disgusting. Because you know he's been doing that for a while. This wasn't like a first time thing. And I'm sure if he was all drunk and doing meth, he wasn't thinking about condoms. And then he was definitely going to go back and hop in bed with his wife, the mother of his children.
There's a piece of work for you. And this is who's running for governor in some states.
This is the same guy who was saying, Rick, what is his name? DeSantis?
Mm-hmm.
Rob DeSantis, Rick DeSantis, whatever his name was immoral. He was calling him immoral during the campaign. And who backed Andrew Gillum? Barack Obama.
Of course he did.
Hey,
And
Jason.
by Democrat standards, and DeSantis is immoral because reasons. Look at the Democrat morality and everybody else, right? Their morality is a little bit different.
If you actually have morals, that's immoral.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
What's crackling, Jason?
Yeah.
Hi, everybody. Happy birthday, Rich.
Thank you. So what's going on with you?
I just got home from work. Had a late working day.
That sucks. Nobody should have to work on my birthday. It should be a national holiday.
I
Should be
wish I
an
would have
ice
known
baby
that.
day.
What was that, Stacy?
So it should be an ice baby birthday day.
No. Absolutely not. No. So, what does anybody else think about the Florida situation with that guy?
Not very surprising.
Yeah, sounds like a typical politician.
What do you have to do today, Jason? You've been at work all day long. You went to work during Gary's show.
Yeah, I had a condominium. I had to two-story condominium. I had to run all the baseboards today. The painters are coming tomorrow.
Sounds like fun.
Yeah, I tried to hold off half of it till tomorrow or something. I called my boss, and that was a no can do. So I had to stay till I got it done.
Now, I don't know if this is true or not, but just got a breaking story coming into my email. But the source that the website I got the report from is Infowars, so I don't know how true it is. But apparent breaking news: federal government to control and oversee grocery distribution with private sector partnerships. Walmart, Costco, Target, Kroger, top grocery chains to be deemed critical infrastructure. National Guard to protect key distribution points. And the author of the article is Mike Adams. U.S. federal government. Let me come back over here real quick. See if screen share will work. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't.
Yep, you got to protect that toilet paper.
Yeah. We infinite screens. All right, everybody seeing this?
No,
Hello?
not really.
You're not seeing it?
I'm
That's what I mean.
seeing
Sometimes it
infinite
works.
screen.
Yeah.
Is it working now?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So it says U.S. federal government is preparing. Let me see if I can blow that up because you guys probably seen it small. Blow that up a little bit. Is that better? You guys read that better now?
Oh, it's exactly the same, but Rich is having connectivity issues.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying on my end too.
Uh, But you guys can hear me still?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. But you just can't see the picture's not changing when I'm scrolling.
No.
Yep.
All right. So I guess I got to read. Well, I was going to have to read it anyway, but still. I just wanted to make it bigger so that you guys could read along, but I guess it's not going to cooperate. Anyway, the U.S. federal government is preparing to implement a plan to protect and control grocery distribution across the United States via public/private partnerships with top grocery chains such as Walmart, Kroger, HEB, which it says is in Texas, Target, Costco, etc. High-level sources now tell Natural News, whoever Natural News is. The effort is being made to ensure the smooth delivery of food supplies to the public as a coronavirus lockdown is about to commence on a regional basis, and food supplies are necessary to prevent social unrest, lawlessness, and looting. Natural News has learned details of this plan, which we are told is in the final stages of being completed, with some measure of rollout to begin as early as just a few days from now in at least one region of the country. We were also told that we got the attention of the administration when I appeared on Fox News, Alex Jones show 2 weeks ago. Blah blah blah. Blah, blah, blah. This caused alarm in certain circles. We were told because the CDC thought they had a leak to Natural News, which apparently would have been the end of the world. Blah blah blah. Da, 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 da. Yeah. Well, anyway, the important part is that they say that there's going to be a partnership with the federal government and grocery distribution centers to control the flow of groceries. I guess that means to the store, since they're going after protecting the distribution points themselves. So, what are you guys' thoughts on that? Anybody got any thoughts on this?
Like I said, they just got to protect that toilet paper.
Well, it's not. It's not the toilet paper. It's groceries. They're talking about food. They're not even talking about toilet paper. They're just talking about the delivery of food supplies.
Well, normally when I talk about Alex Jones, the first thing I say is prove him wrong, and no one's ever been able to do that. So I wouldn't blow this completely out of proportion or completely away.
Well, there's one thing I can prove Alex Jones wrong on, but we're not going to do that right now. I mean, we could, but then it'll turn into a New Honda show. Probably. I don't want to go there.
I mean, I said it before. He didn't make up the gay frog thing. You can go
No,
look it
no, I'm
up.
not talking. I'm not talking about the gay frog thing. There's something older than that. That Alex Jones was one of the primary people behind getting a certain movement started, and he's completely wrong on. But
Well, yeah, okay, yeah. I understand which one you're talking about. Yeah,
you know what I'm talking about now.
yeah, uh-huh.
Do you think it's going to get bad enough to where we actually have to have the National Guard protecting few distribution centers?
Of course not. Unless the media and the government want it to be that bad, the actual the actual need for it to be that bad is not going to be there. But if they decide to hype it up, then who knows what irrational people might do.
The media is going to hype it so that they can try to cause, civil unrest, so they can then turn it around and say, hey, this is why you can't vote for Trump, because he can't even control anything.
I think it's just more overreaction, personally. Clay Hunter says drive-through virus testing with a side of fries. Don't give them any ideas, man. They'll be trying that at McDonald's. So, anybody else have any comments on this one?
Did that article say nationwide or just a certain state?
So far, just in one region, but it didn't specify which region. My guess is probably Vanessa Kitty saying they mobilized the National Guard in New York, so I'm guessing probably New York up into New England, possibly that region. Yeah. Oh, I don't. My wife was showing me a story out of Harrisburg where they were rioting at their Walmart earlier. People going nuts and carrying on. Anybody see that?
I saw something. I don't remember where it was, but I did see where like some fights were breaking out over, like hamburger and stuff like that. I just don't remember exactly. My wife was telling me about the story.
Yeah, my wife. They said my wife was saying it was in Harrisburg, PA.
We had two girls get in a fight at, I think it was Myers here, over toilet paper. Somebody filmed it, and it's on Facebook going around town here. It's actually pretty funny.
Okay.
So we got riots in Harrisburg. Anybody know where midnight's at?
Yeah, I haven't seen midnight today.
Midnight's still upset because he got timed out like 5 times on my show last night by his own wife.
Oh, he's used to it. It's happened before, where Mia's had a wrench and he didn't. And he says something that he says some. He midnight being midnight, and she just smacks him. No, don't do that.
I'm not sure I want to go on Midnight's show tonight because he said that there is going to be repercussions for last night.
Yeah, he had a tough night yesterday.
Yeah, Clay's out there saying that Biden taking a woman as a running mate. Did he say that during the debate? I didn't. Clay, because I turned the debate off right before we went live. I was watching a little bit of it before waiting for people to show up for the panel.
About that fight, the homework all caught up down. Those were cases charged with disorderly conduct that they got a brawl and so they first
Okay. Did you guys hear what my wife was saying?
No.
She was saying 6 people were charged with disorderly conduct after a brawl at the Walmart in Harrisburg.
We could hear her a lot better if she just got on the show.
She won't do
I know.
that.
She needs to get on the show so we can actually hear her instead of like in the background, muffled.
That way I have another female on here. I'm not the only female.
Yeah, see, Stacy's like, you're making her be the only female.
Don't misgender us.
I think you gendered yourself already, Kingpin.
You hush.
I really meant to say assume our genders, not misgender.
Again, I think you've already gendered yourself, so we're not misassuming anything. So, and Clay says yes. So Joe Biden says that he is going to have a woman running mate. It's not going to be Kamala. Come on, it's going to be Hillary, and then Biden's going to get suicided or be declared incompetent, and this is how they're going to get Hillary into the White House.
If it is Kamala, we would have Joe and Camel Joe at the same time.
That's fine.
We could have somebody running for VP who's smoking pot in the 80s while listening to Tupac and Snoop Dogg.
Mm-hmm.
2 guys who didn't start their careers until the 90s.
Yeah, but she does look like Camel Joe on a cigarette pack.
So, if Biden picks a female VP, does Trump get rid of Pence and go with a female like Nikki Haley or somebody like that?
I don't think it's going to matter.
No, of course not.
I think Trump's keeping Pence, isn't he? There's not even like a rumor of that, is there?
Yeah, there's no way that Mike Pence is going to get dropped by Donald Trump. And even that, Nikki Haley could be the next president. Why would she jump on for a half a term vice presidency?
Just set up her own presidential run. People have done that before.
Yeah, but she could spend
Oh, that would be a great.
she could spend 4 years in the White House getting smashed as Donald Trump's vice, or she could spend those 4 years campaigning.
Well, we had Barack Obama spent 4 years in the Senate campaigning.
Barack Obama was only a senator
I
for
want
like
to see.
9 months. Go ahead, G.
I want to see Nikki Haley and Candace Owens on a ticket running in 2024.
Is Candace Owens old enough? I don't know how old
I
she
don't
is.
know. I don't know. I don't know if she is.
I think she's 32 right now, so in 3 years she'd be old enough, and by the time she was sworn in, she'd be. You have to be 35.
Is it 35 or 36? I don't remember now.
35.
Okay, 35. Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Well, it depends
stupid
on when your
George.
birthday falls. It depends on
Stupid.
birthday.
Go ahead,
I'm
Rich.
sorry. I was going to say it depends on when your birthday falls, too, because you'd have to be 35 before the first primary.
Yeah.
Or caucus in the case of Iowa.
Yeah, Joy Behar said AOC should be Bernie's running mate or Joe Biden's running mate, one of the two. And then our panel had to correct her and tell her that that's not how it works. And then stupid Whoopi Goldberg said Joe Biden should be the what's the Surgeon General. And then they had to correct her. She's not that kind of doctor, dummy.
Yeah. She's a teacher.
Yeah, that View show is just absolutely terrible.
Yeah, they're morons. The women of the View are morons.
It goes to show just how corrupt and stupid and evil they are. Because she went on to say that she's a great doctor. She's a really great doctor. And then everybody on the panel was like, no, I don't think so. That's not what you don't know what you're talking about. And more people was like, oh, well, let's just move on.
They're all idiots on that show. Even the two token conservatives are morons on that show. If your last name is McCain, you're automatically a moron. Especially if your father.
My sister's last name is McCain.
Well, does that apply to her?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Don't tell my sister I said that.
Okay, so Candace Owens is 30. Her birthday is on April 29th. So she could do it in 4 years.
No. If she's 30 now, 4 years, she would only be 34. She would have to be 35 before the first primary.
She'll be 31 in April.
Yeah, the first primary is in February. Or January, one of the two. She wouldn't be old enough.
She'd be old enough to run it to be a VP. So if Nikki Haley won the Republican in 2024, she could name Candace as her VP because she'd be 35 by the time she got named as VP.
Except you're forgetting that the
You
way the
don't.
VP was usually chosen was that they were the loser of the general election. She still would potentially this could bring up a legal dispute because they could say because she wasn't 35 before the first primary that she isn't old enough to qualify. Because the vice president has to meet all the same qualifications that the president does.
Well, I didn't know they actually had to prove your birth certificate to be president.
Yeah, you have to be a certain
I think
age.
the last guy didn't have to.
Well, he didn't prove his nationality, but we're not going to go there because that's a whole other kettle of fish that the show isn't long enough for. That brings up another question too. When is when is Chuck Schumer's term up? Because you have to be like 32 to be a senator, and AOC is saying that she's going to primary Chuck Schumer. When is his term up? Is he a midterm for the next term? If so, she wouldn't be old enough to challenge Chuck Schumer in the primaries either, depending on when her birthday falls.
Google is a great thing. You could always Google search to find that.
No, it's just it's a hypothetical.
I'm really hoping AOC doesn't survive her next election.
She might not have an election to win if they get rid of her seat, depending on what the census says. That's something that they've talked about. Even the Democrats are saying they may eliminate her seat, depending on because it's projected that New York State is going to lose at least one House seat, and hers is one of the ones that they've talked about getting rid of.
If the rules meant anything to the people in politics, she wouldn't have a seat because she hasn't paid her dues yet. And she's been caught up in campaign finance scandals.
Well, we're not going to go down that route either because Ilhan Omar, even more than AOC, is in trouble when it comes to that kind of stuff.
She got married again.
Yeah, I know.
To the guy that she swore that she wasn't cheating on his wife with.
Yes. Third marriage in 3 years. She's been married to 3 different guys in 3 years.
One of them was her brother.
Allegedly.
Yeah, I was going to ask
You gotta say
if this
allegedly.
one was family.
Well, this one was a staffer.
A married staffer that she ruined the marriage of first.
Uh-huh.
She gets around.
I sure feel sorry for that guy.
Well, she doesn't get around too much if one of them was her brother.
The new guy's a white guy, by the way.
Yeah, the new guy's a white guy. She's got.
It sounds more like she gets more to it.
Where's it the other way around? Anyway, somebody in that relationship's got jungle fever. You guys remember that? What was that from the 90s? That whole spiel. Yeah. No, you were saying something, G23. Sorry.
It sounds more like she's got more turns than a door handle.
Hey man, at least she kept it in the family. At least for one of them.
Incest is the best if you put your sister to the test.
Maybe this guy will write a book called I Married a Terrorist.
The Somali double agent.
Buck says the other two were cousins. One of them maybe would be possible, but I don't think the white guy is. I don't think the white guy's a relation.
I heard the one guy is really not her brother, It's just her father's son.
Yeah, don't make up any excuse at this point. The best part is a Somali leader in Minnesota, community leader, who would have to be in on the know on all this stuff because that's all this guy does, has outed her as having married her brother. He's come forward and said that that was her brother and that he would testify in federal court to that.
She's got a bunch of financial scandals she's wrapped up in too.
Oh yeah. And so you got tax fraud, and not the state income taxes, which they've already nailed her on, but federal income tax fraud, federal student loan fraud, all involving her brother, by the way, or not her brother, whichever you want to call it. That's fine. Her brother, husband, whatever. And there's a bunch immigration fraud. Shit, I forget. There's a couple other things too that how this woman is still sitting in the House of Representatives with all this hanging over her head is unbelievable. Now we're not talking about that budget. Come on now, behave. And you got a link, man. Are you at work? But yeah, Omar, man, I wish I can't wait for her to be like giving a speech on the House floor, and all of a sudden the FBI come up behind her and cuff her. That'll be so hilarious. Cuff her right there on the House floor, or come up to her seat as she's sitting or listening to something, and you know, pull her out of the house. Her husband, yeah, okay, we can go with that. Yeah, he says he's at work. Okay,
So,
yeah,
did
husband,
anyone
yeah,
see the
that's it. Oh, go ahead.
Did anyone see the 22 Plinkster's new video?
No, I haven't seen it.
He's shooting toilet paper rolls.
Great, he's gonna trigger somebody with that one. How dare you? How dare you shoot toilet paper when we have a shortage? Someone called Greta and let her know what's going on with the toilet paper. How dare you? Nothing better than waking up and getting yelled at by a 16-year-old with mental disabilities at that. What, too soon? Wow, everybody's just so quiet.
I was laughing, Rich. I just had my mute on.
Oh, we lost Kingpin. Oh no, we didn't. We lost Stacy.
Yeah, we lost Mystic. Mystic's like, oops, I'm out of here. No, this is gone. It's going down the toilet way too quick.
Oh, she's been on worse than this. Shooting TPs, liable to get lynched. You might be onto something there, budget.
She just couldn't handle the climate control topic. She got triggered.
Nope, nope, she's back.
Oh, yeah. Climate control or climate change is a scam.
Yeah, we were already talking about that. Seven's turning into Moo out there. So bringing up a story we talked about 20 minutes ago.
17,000 bottles of hand sanitizer.
Yeah. Yeah, they were doing it to take advantage. Oh, now we got two Stacy's in here.
You think they would have just bought like 100 bottles or something? See how it went first.
Oh no, they were. Like Seven said, they were when we were they said we were talking about it earlier. They were trying to get like $75 per bottle, and they got their account suspended by Amazon and eBay. My wife was saying something about when last she saw that they might have criminal charges pressed against them as well for price gouging in the middle of a crisis where
Yeah,
national.
I heard since it was declared by Trump a national emergency, I think price
Mhm.
gouging now is supposed to be
Yeah,
a
there's
crime.
it's a federal felony under whenever there's a national emergency to do that kind of stuff. So,
I think their accounts were suspended prior to the national emergency being declared.
The bottles that they had were just a little bit bigger than like the keychain size bottles.
yeah, it also depends on the state they were in. If their state had declared an emergency, they could also be facing felony charges under their state law as well. So even if it was before Trump declared, because a lot of states declared before Trump declared federal. So they could still face criminal charges even if it was before Trump had declared the state of emergency.
Yeah, I think they were out of New York.
Yeah, I think New York declared it a national state of emergency like a couple of days before Trump did. So depending on when they got caught and what state they were in when they got caught, if they were back home in New York or if they were still in Tennessee when it happened, could have an effect on that too. The state laws vary. Anyway, look at it, they could be in some serious trouble if one of those states or the federal national state of emergency was in effect at the time. I mean, there's always price gouging laws in effect, but they get worse if there's a state of emergency declared. It's like how you got speeding laws, and then you have speeding laws through a construction zone or a school zone. Same kind of thing.
A7. What should happen is all those $17,700 or 17,700 bottles should be taken from them and like donated, just handed out. They should have to physically go and hand out every single one of those bottles and eat the cost out of their own pocket.
They'll probably end up sitting in an evidence locker somewhere if they do get arrested.
So, does anyone know anything about the rock slides?
About the what?
Rock Slide USA?
Sarge does, Snob does. All the guys I sent links to that didn't show up, they're the ones that know about those.
Because I'm really, really looking at one because it has the RMR and it's got the Raptor cut and everything. I'm thinking about getting it for my G23, but like not 100% sure about the company.
Hutch just says he's hearing a
Can
lot of
you have your slide cut?
Yeah, I can cut my slide. I have all the specs because I emailed Trijicon and they sent me all the specs for the Trijicon RMR, which I'm probably going to end up running a Holosun like 507C Gen 2, which will sit in the same footprint as the RMR.
Isn't there any like custom shops or something that cut that as a service?
The closest one to me is like, I think it's about an hour and a half drive to do that, and I can do it myself. I have access to a mill, so I can mill my own slide.
Nice.
I thought about getting a milled slide for my one M&P, but it's really not worth it because with my eyes, the red dot and everything, it's just not. I don't think it'd be worth the effort to do it.
Red dots are actually really good for people that have eye issues because,
Not if
like,
you have astigmatism. If you have
it
astigmatism,
depends
instead
on.
of being a nice clear dot, you get a blob.
Yeah, it depends on what your astigmatism is, and if you get an adjustable red dot, you can kind of dial it into your eye.
I haven't been able to adjust any of the ones I have.
I know what you're talking about. I got the astigmatism. Like my red dots I have on the AR. If you turn it up too bright, I just get a bloom and like almost like a squiggly line instead of a dot. But
Mm-hmm.
when I was at the range, uh, one of the people out there let me shoot their pistol, and they had the real expensive red dot on the pistol, like the aim point or whatever, the expensive one. Uh, and I shot it for a couple magazines, and its dot was perfect for me, a round dot, and it seemed like the glass kind of magnified a little bit. You know what I mean? Just a little bit, and I thought they were pretty cool. Got me interested in them.
No. Well, with your rifles and if you get like an AR pistol or an AR rifle, instead of using a red dot, get a prism scope. It's an etched reticle, so it doesn't. You don't get that bloom effect with it. It's like a regular rifle scope reticle in there, and you don't have that issue. You get like a one-time prism scope, and it's just like using a red dot.
Yeah, I looked at those too. My dealer's got one that's really small. I like it. Instead of just having a dot, it's got like a large circle, then a dot in the middle,
Yeah,
and it doesn't distort at all for me.
yeah. I got one of the on my AR-15 pistol. I have one of the primary arms. One-time Cyclops prism scopes with the ACSS reticle in there. The one that has the bullet drop compensator built into it. That thing's really nice. That's a really nice optic.
I got the cheaper one. I got the Vortex Spark AR. It doesn't
Mhm.
have any of the focus or any of that on it. So if you turn it up more than halfway, it stops being a dot, starts being like a squiggly line for me.
Yeah, I got the Spark 2, and that I can focus that one, and you just can't focus it to where it becomes a clear dot. It just stays a blob. And it's usable, but but when I bought that prism scope, it's night and day between the two of them. The reticle was just so clear in that prism scope because of it being etched and just illuminated instead of the illumination actually being near sight. You know what I mean? And another thing that's nice about the prism scope, you don't have to worry about batteries. If your battery does die, you still have a reticle because it's etched into the glass. The battery only illuminates the reticle. It doesn't actually shine the beam that becomes the reticle. You know what I mean?
That's the nice thing about like Holosun is that they put the solar panels on theirs, so if your battery does die, you can still gather light and power your red dot.
I don't know if you've seen the Miprolite ones, but they use a combination of tritium. they have it's basically like a red dot optic, but uses a combination of tritium and fiber optic sight where it doesn't use a battery or electricity at all to run it.
So kind of like the True Glow, TFX, TROs.
I haven't seen those ones, but it possibly it looks like one of those little red dots. Yeah,
Well,
no problem.
like the True Dot or the True Glow, like the TFX, it's the tritium fiber optics. It's for your, to replace your sights on your pistol. I run those on my G23.
Like fiber optic or night sight or tritium night sight. But the one I'm talking about, it looks like one of those small red dot sights. What do they call that? I can't think of the word they use to call what they call them now. But it's like it looks like say the RDS, like an RDS kind of sight, but it's not a true red dot because it's not projecting a dot onto the lens. It's just it uses. You'd have to look it up because it's. But let me see if I can find it and show you what I'm talking about. But yeah, it's really interesting. It's if they even still have it on the market. I haven't seen it lately.
Have you ever heard anything negative about the Burris fast fire sights?
No, I've heard good things about them. I've never had one, but I've heard good things about it from people.
Anytime I go to like look at optics and stuff, especially for like red dots or anything, Sage Dynamics. I mean, he torture tests the crap out of them like you're not going to ever use them on personal.
Well, I'd like to put one on a Beretta, and I see that it's pretty common, but you have to have an adapter plate, and it just seems that the Burris is the one that's always on a Beretta.
Okay. Let me try screen sharing again, see if it works this time.
Yeah,
See if it
Jason,
works.
you might look at Sage Dynamics and see if he has a video on that to see how good the optic is, because he torture tests the crap out of them.
Yeah. Okay. You guys seeing this?
Yep.
Okay. See how it looks like just like a regular reflex type sight.
Yeah. Is that for a AR or a pick rail, or is that for a pistol?
But it's got the pick rail thing on the bottom. I don't know if you can use them on pistols or not, but you can put this on like an AR or a shotgun or something like that. But this I don't know if it still is or not, but the IDF used to use these on their what is it the Tavor, the military version of the Tavor rifles. They used to use these on those. I don't know if they still do or not. Yeah, you don't need a battery. There's no switches or anything on it.
What's the
It's just
price on
always
that?
on. Price on this, I don't know if they got the price on here or not. This is just their product page. You'd have to look on a vendor. They don't actually sell them. This is just Meeperlight's website. So I'm not sure what the price is on it. But yeah, self-illuminated. You can see where it has like where it would take in light for and everything. But yeah. Yeah, there's I think is that on the Tavor right there? Yeah. See how they got it on the Tavor right there in that picture? And then the one next to it. And there they got it on what is that, an AR-15?
So how does it
And
work
it's
at night? Does it have battery?
tritium. I believe they use tritium at night, and during the day they use fiber optic. And there you can see the different types of reticles that it can have, depending on which one you buy, I guess. So I don't think you can change the reticle, but you can buy different style ones. Like you got the bullseye, which is kind of like the EOTech type, where it's got the dot in the middle with the circle around it. Then you have a circle, a triangle, not circle. Then an X, then two different circles, one of 4.3 MOA and one of 5.5 MOA. I thought those were kind of neat when they came out with those.
Hello, everybody. Hopefully this thing's working.
Yeah, you're working.
How you doing?
Oh, not too bad. Had to get the kids and everything down, so jumping in a little late here.
Hey, Pat.
Hey, what's going on?
Yeah.
So what were y'all talking
Budget.
about?
Budget says he talked to those guys at NRAM last year. Said the tritium's pretty cool.
Yeah, so he said they use tritium. Yeah, those are really cool sights. I thought they were cool when I first saw them. You get even if you have bad eyes with that, since it's not an actual red dot, it's just like a tritium valve in there. It doesn't distort like what a red dot would for somebody that has astigmatism. So if you want something like a red dot, that's another option for people with bad eyes and stuff. So they're really cool too for that reason. I think that's one of the reasons why the IDF actually went with something like that was because of the fact that it's um, not using it's not your standard red dot. It's using something different.
Well, since you've been through on that tritium site, how does that actually? I'd never looked it through on a tritium. How does that stack up against like a really good red dot? Which one would you pick?
Well, since I really can't use red dots, I would go with them with that Mepro from Meprolite because of the fact when I look at a red dot, it becomes a blob. It's not a nice crisp circle or anything. But like with those, because it's not an actual red dot, your circle is really nice and crisp. It's like and same with a prism scope. If you ever seen a prism scope, it's the same thing. You get because the reticle is actually etched into the glass and not being projected, it stays clear. A prism scope.
Oh no.
I don't know if you heard the description of prism scope. That's basically like use a reticle like what a regular rifle scope would use.
Oh, okay. I got you. Yeah. I've looked through a couple red dots and I can't wear contacts. I wear glasses because hell I'm 39 and I still got astigmatism. And man, that red dots just everything's like blurry looking through it. It's horrible. Even on a really good one.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. So yeah, check it if you have a problem with red dot. Check out like if you can see what the price is on one of those Mepros because you can use them on an AR-15, a shotgun, anything like that. Or check out like the primary arms Cyclops 1X prism scope with the ACSS reticle. They're really nice. That's what I have on my AR pistol. And the
What
Vortex,
about that?
Vortex has, I can't remember the name of it right now off the top of my head, but the Vortex prism scopes are really nice too.
Have you checked out the holostem that's all enclosed? So it doesn't actually project. It's like illuminated on the glass itself from
Yeah,
like
all red dots are
within.
projecting. Yeah, all red dots are projecting. It's just whether it's an open or a closed, whether it's a reflex or a standard, it's still projecting that dot, and it doesn't matter. It's going to distort. It's just the way that red dots work. If you look inside a red, I don't, if you look through the opposite end of the red dot, you see a little thing in there at the back towards where you would normally look through, but it's right below it. There's a little projector in there that projects the beam of light onto the front lens, and that's how they work. Basically, like a little LED light that's being projected to form the
Have
dot.
you ever tried one of the or seen one of the green dot ones? Is the green dot just as bad as the red dot when it comes to having astigmatism?
I've never used one of the green. Vanessa says that she used the green. I don't know if she has astigmatism, but she says the green. She likes the green, but and the reds and all is all starburst. So I don't know if that she's got astigmatism or something else wrong is causing that. So I can't really comment on that one.
I've got a scope on a hunting rifle, and I've got light up reticles on it, and the green doesn't bother me as bad. The green's way better than the red. I'll put it that way. Getting into just a low light situation, the red, I can't use the red on it, but the green works pretty good. So as far as
See,
the way my eyes work with the
yeah.
stigmatism and everything, the green's good, but the red is not.
Yeah. See on the on my prism scope, I use it on low. If I have the illumination turned on, I have it on low, and it doesn't distort at all. It doesn't distort on high either. It just is super bright if you turn it on high. You know, you put it on the first couple settings, and it's just perfect. It's not too bright, not too dim, and it doesn't distort any. So I don't know. It might be because it doesn't have like a crosshair. Maybe it's because it's more of a circle shape. They say that the circle helps to on the outside helps to fix some of that. I don't know.
Yeah.
I've
My
heard
friend
people
is
that have.
colorblind.
What was that?
Sorry,
Oh,
my friend is colorblind. He can't see the red dot.
Oh, that would be a problem.
yeah, that would be a big problem.
Yeah, I know what
Yeah,
you're talking about. I have to use mine's got 3 different settings on green and red, and as long as I've got it turned down low on the green, it's great. But if I jack it all the way up, to super bright, then I start running into problems on it. But
yeah.
as long as I got it turned down
I,
and low on the green, it works great.
yeah, I knew a guy who didn't have a really bad stigmatism, but he still had astigmatism. And he said the EOTech for him, because he had that circle around the dot, actually made it to where the dot was clear. But if you used another brand, it that didn't have the circle around the dot, it wouldn't be clear. So I don't personally, I've never experienced that with an EOTech myself, so I can't comment on that. But if you don't have a serious astigmatism, I guess the circle around the dot helps.
Yeah, that might be do something just helping the eye focus on the dot instead of just one bright spot or something. Maybe that circle around the dot helps the eye focus or something. I don't know. But yeah, I've kind of heard that too, that if you've got the dot, then the circle around it, it seems like the eyes will focus in better somehow. I don't know. That's just some of the stuff I've heard on some of the forums and stuff.
Hey, Pat, it seems like your internet's working pretty good this week.
Yeah, it hasn't been bad this weekend. Usually during the week it's not too bad, but it always seems like the last 3 or 4 weekends, because like when I'm on Sandhill Shooter on Tuesday night, um, I don't hardly have a problem. But when it comes to the weekend, when everybody and their dog's on it, then it just doesn't work worth a dang. But I'm glad it's working good now tonight. So I was looking forward to getting on tonight.
I guess Liberty y'all's going live saying something about Massachusetts being on lockdown.
Yeah, I didn't catch her stream this week. I know they had maybe Rich will know a little bit more about it than I do. But Guns and Gadgets, um, I know like out of Champaign, Illinois, the mayor was given uh, basically executive power there, and they said that they were going to, you know, as far as like new permits or gun sales or ammo and stuff like that, he said that they weren't going to allow that while she had all the power. Well, they kind of backed off of that on the last video that I saw Guns and Gadgets did, and they released a formal statement on there. And if anybody wants to check that out, it's on there. And they backed clear off on that stuff. So, but yeah, I didn't get a chance to check Liberties out.
Oh,
Yeah,
last I heard, the mayor was like, I never said I was taking everybody's guns.
Right.
Like, well,
Yeah, I guess he.
that was never the charge in the first place. Nobody ever said they were taking everybody's guns. It's that they weren't going to let anybody get any new ones.
But I guess Liberty's just getting ready to go live because I just got the warning about it.
Yeah, wasn't she live the other day or was it today? I forget. Or was that on her regular schedule like Friday?
Yeah, but I got the link that she was getting ready to go live, but she hasn't already. And also got link from midnight, so we're going to start winding this down because he's already sending his links out, which is a shock. It's not even 10 o'clock yet, and he's already sending his stuff out. So anybody got anything real quick they want to get in
9 o'clock.
before we go? We don't all live in the past like you, Mister.
The only correct time.
It's not even 7 o'clock out here on the West Coast, which is the best coast. But yes,
I would dispute that because we have more gun-friendly states on the East Coast than you have on the West Coast.
Yeah, maybe. There's only
How
3
many
states on the West Coast.
states are on the West Coast? None. No single gun constitutional carry state touches the Pacific Ocean. Let's keep that in mind.
Yeah. So would the West Coast be considered the far left?
Probably
Yes.
because it seems like it's all screwed up.
Which, and if you think about it, that would hold too, because one of the most far left states is Hawaii, and that's way out there. So.
But you got Alaska. You've got Alaska.
Yeah, but they're way far north. They don't count as being west. They're north.
Yeah.
They're still northwest.
Yeah, but Alaska's weird because they fall into too many longitudinal areas. They're just weird. But all those longitude lines get up there and really tiny gaps between them. So Alaska's just weird that way. Because if you want, you could actually say Alaska's far east, which will make them far right. So, you know. At least certain parts, I guess. What is it?
I will say, I'll say happy birthday again, Rick. Thanks for letting me be on, and I'll be doing another live stream on Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening over on the East Coast.
Say on Saturday?
Yes, Saturday at 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 Eastern.
Okay. All right. Well, if I'm not right in the middle of cabin, then I'll come on and see what's going on.
And you got your plug in early, so I can skip you when it comes to plug time. So, gee, I don't know. That's kind of a backhanded happy birthday there, Orange Man.
Oh, is it your birthday today, Rich?
Yeah.
Well, happy birthday from the Midwest.
Thank you. Because it's been here since November 7. People were just stupid and didn't realize it. Okay. Now, Kingpin, anything you want to plug?
I don't think obnoxious. I think what you took what he said in there was wrong because he was talking about Richard Head, and he just shortened it and used the easy name.
Uh-huh.
So
Quit
I don't think it was an.
Quit taking
I
from
don't.
him.
I don't
No.
think it was an
Come on,
insult.
Kingpin. Even I am an Obi-Wan apologist, just like you are, but even I don't go that far. Come on, man.
Maybe that one was a little bit far. Orange Man, good.
Orange Man bad.
All right. Jason, anything you want to plug?
No. Thanks for the invite and happy birthday again. Just everybody stay calm, relaxed. We'll be over this in a couple weeks.
No, you
See?
changed it to Richard Stadium.
I was right after all.
Only because you gave him the idea.
Yeah, or you put the idea in his head.
See?
Obnoxious is a free thinking, rational,
Wrong.
calm, and
No.
reasonable person, and he doesn't need me to influence him. He can make his own mind up about things, and I trust him fully.
Uh-huh.
That's one way of putting it.
Suck up.
Orange Man bad. He still hasn't subbed to my channel. He still hasn't come over to a live stream. So Orange Man bad.
Orange Man says Kingpin good.
No, he's a sucker.
Anyway, Orange Man's still good because Orange Man gave me Olight. Anyways, now moving on. Stacy, you got anything you want to plug?
Orange Man bad.
That's not a plug. That's a statement.
That's my plug. That's what I'm doing.
We'll put that. We'll chuck that as words of wisdom.
Okay. I can do that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Budget is now saying that all bars and restaurants are closed in Ohio for the foreseeable future. Wow.
Does that mean McDonald's and Burger King too?
They're restaurants, technically.
I seen somewhere, I think where it said
Takeout
Illinois.
only, no dining. So I guess the drive-throughs would still be open.
I seen somewhere that Illinois was banning all gun sales and alcohol. I don't know if it's true or not, but that's seen that somewhere.
Yeah, it was new registrations and ammo and new gun stuff, but they backed off of all that and released a statement on that. If you go to Guns and Gadgets, he's got the actual statement listed from the government, from the mayor there in Champaign. So if you're looking for that info.
Okay. Well, you got anything you want to plug real quick, Pat, since it's your turn?
Okay, sorry. Just reiterate, everybody stay calm. Just don't hoard a bunch of food and everything, and just keep your head on a swivel and keep on carrying.
Yep, that's about it. And don't panic. Good Lord. We've had enough people panic. You got riots in Harrisburg, PA. You got the National Guard in New York. Come on, people. Calm down. Pull your heads out of your asses. This will blow over soon. It's not going to be all as bad as what the panickers are thinking. Calm down. Use common sense. And just don't be stupid. Okay? And with that, we will bid you all adieu and catch you next week.
All right.
Shut
Well,
up, Ian
thanks again,
first.
Rich.
Pay it forward.
And happy birthday again, Rich.
Orange Man bad.